if we can get at least 500 views on this video, on the next video, I'll talk on the next live stream. I'll talk about whatever, I guess. But that's only if the video gets to 500 views. What will I talk about? I don't know. But what I do know is that if I do get 500 views on this video, on the next video, I'll talk about a topic or subject. Doesn't matter what the topic is about. Doesn't matter the subject. Talk about anything. I know you guys are excited to hear me speak about whatever. Yeah. Whatever you wish me to talk about. Whatever you wish for me to speak about. I will gladly bring up a subject or a topic. That's only if it gets to 500 views. Also, if I reach like 100 subscribers, I will give away a Pokemon card. I mean, I won't give away my most valuable Pokemon card. But I'll give you a Pokemon card. And I can't find any ketchup. Great. Just great. Uh, Not sure how long I'll be live this time. Not for long, I guess. But yeah. A lot of people have a lot of questions about whether or not I'm racist to black people. And if you're still not sure, go check out the video I just uploaded to my YouTube shorts. And that should answer your question. It was my 233rd upload. The YouTube short that I just uploaded. So go watch that. And if you're still unsure, then I don't know what to tell you. Oh, there's something I wanted to do. From the previous video that I watched today. Yeah, that should hold you long enough. I only got like what? Less than a minute. But yeah, make sure I get like at least 100 subscribers. And I'll send a legitimate Pokemon card to one of my lucky subscribers. It's on 1%. And it turned off. Great. Now I'm all alone. All by myself. Because my phone died. But in other news, I am not that hungry. pretty full actually. I guess we'll just save this for tomorrow. I'll eat this in tomorrow's live. Maybe. It depends. I might eat it in the morning. But yeah. I mean, I know a lot of government secrets, and I mean a lot of government secrets. Classified information. Things that I can't say on here because it's either too explicit or they just don't want me to talk about it. I don't know why they don't want me to talk about it. I mean, I have a rough idea why. But one thing I can say is that my dog got shot 2 nights ago. Someone shot my dog in the eye, and now my dog's eye is hurt. But they're doing an investigation right now, so I won't go into much detail about that. So, yeah, my dog might die in the next week or so, maybe. But yeah, there's just certain things I'm not allowed to talk about. Because the information that I have is how do you say very controversial. The information that I have is very vital. And they never thought that I would come across these things that I know. That's why they're trying so hard to attack me. That's why there's so many hit pieces against me. Because if they can distract you long enough for you not to notice that accusing me of something is a distraction, then you won't notice what they're doing behind the scenes. And yeah. That's why I'm being attacked by all sides. Because it's easier to blame someone. I mean, you could blame me all you want, but I was born 28 years ago. Well, 29. And if you blame me for the problems that happened before I was born, uh, it's easier to just do that. You know, I don't, I don't have to take the blame for what happened in the past. And when I refer to the past, I mean before I was born. But it's easier to just blame me and other people, not just me, for the past. For things that happened when we weren't even alive. So we weren't even alive for these things. But yet they're like, let's blame them. We know it happened hundreds of years ago. We know it happened many, many years ago. But we'll just blame the people that are born in this era. Because it's just easier. So, yeah. So, whatever you hear about me that's bad news or like a personal attack, things like that, it mainly has to do with the fact that I hold vital classified information. Not just that, but it's easier to distract someone rather than tell them that they're being um, taken advantage of. Sort of like a magician. You know, you see the magician wants you to focus on a certain object, a certain place. Meanwhile, he's doing something else with his other hand, or maybe he's preparing an act. So, yeah, a lot of virtue signaling, a lot of pent up aggression from others that don't want racial segregation. I'm not sure why. You know, you're trying to force feed us an ideology that we will never ever accept. Ever. You know, it's like telling someone, it's like telling someone who lost their leg, oh, it'll grow back. It's like, no, no, I won't. That leg is gone. It is amputated and now has to be replaced with something else. And it's easier to manipulate people when you know. Well, I don't want to say too much because I know that they don't want me to say these things, so I won't. So I'll just talk about my personal experiences. But I was going to say something right now that could have potentially change the way you view the world. I mean, my job is to inform you that you're being taken advantage of without you knowing it. It's easier to psychologically turn someone into a slave rather than to physically force them to be a slave. Psychologically, when you don't know that you're a slave, it's hard to know what's real, what's not. It's hard to know fiction, nonfiction, and you know, I mean, there's countless YouTubers that say the same thing that I'm saying. And yeah. The top people on the YouTube charts, they will never give you an insight on what's really going on. Because they're just paid to entertain and distract. But there are other people like me and others who can see past the distraction and manipulation. And it's easy to just attack those people because they're not a hindrance or causing trouble for the people that are distracting you from what's really going on. You know? But by the way, this is not me acting. I know I've done a lot of videos where I have to reenact, put up a front, a facade. But this is just me speaking in retaliation to the hit pieces that have been made about me. In retaliation to the fear mongering and coercion that you're trying to use against me. Yeah, you know. That's why every time I ask them, I'm like, hey, is it possible that this, and that? And then I get dismissed, and they're like, oh, we can't talk about that. That's classified, or they'll just change the subject. They'll change the topic, and you know, that's just how these people are. They're not good people. Let's just say that. I mean, there still are good people out there in the world, you know. But I mean, if I had the ability to tell you all the classified information that I know of, the world would be shocked. Not just shocked, but the world would probably change drastically in terms of ecological, economical, financial, logistical terms. You know, I mean, I so fucking mad, dude. I'm so upset at the way things are right now because they're trying to manipulate and distract us and giving us false information. And then we have to figure out if what we're being taught is actually what's going on in the world. And 99.9% of the time, what we're taught in school, what we're taught in college, in primary, middle school, that's not how life works. I mean, those are the basic fundamentals of how to maneuver in the world. But what they teach you in school is not how reality works in terms of a socially, um, in terms of a socially uh, viable way of looking at the world. You know, I mean, I could go on and on about all the things that I know, and people will still follow the distraction, the coercion. Because, like I said before, it's easier to psychologically enslave you mentally rather than to physically put you in chains, you know? But I was one of the few of many that escaped that ideology that they try to push on us. And that's why they're upset right now. Because they're like, you have to believe in what we believe in. Because this is what we believe in. And I'm just right there like, cool. I'm glad you believe in that. But that doesn't mean I'm going to believe in it. You can believe whatever you want. I'm gonna believe the truth because the truth is the only thing that's not questionable. Ooh. So yeah, you could choose to believe whatever you want, or you can choose to believe in the truth. And I think that the truth always, always wins. You know? And the truth of the matter is that you're all being brainwashed and manipulated against your will. Because, like I said, it's easier to indoctrinate. Sorry. It's easier to indoctrinate and mold your mind into what they want you to believe in than to actually give you an insight on what's actually going on. Oh, yes, 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 that's what's happening. How are they manipulating you? How are they um, using coercive tactics? Well, I can't say because I've been told not to share information on any matters that pertain to having any type of critical thought, you know. And yeah, it's fucked up, you know. But it's up to you to decide what you want in life. Whether you want to be coerced or manipulated, or you actually would like to be free and think for yourself rather than have someone else think for you. If you want someone else to think for you, then you're no you're no better than a robot. You know, a robot is programmed to think a certain way, and the human can also be programmed to think a certain way, unless they're giving information that says otherwise. Yep. So all these people that are like, we want to take your guns away, or you're not allowed to carry a concealed weapon. They do that because they just don't give a fuck about you or me. or any other fucking person. They just care about themselves, you know? And out here in California, it's dangerous. Los Angeles is dangerous, but yet they won't allow you to carry a concealed weapon, concealed arm. You know? Well, then how am I supposed to defend myself? They're like, oh, you can take fighting classes. You can take, you know? And I'm just like, how the fuck am I gonna fight off someone who potentially could have a gun? You know? It's so stupid. I urge everyone, I actually urge everyone to vote to have concealed weapons out here in Los Angeles and California. Will it make it safer for California and Los Angeles? Probably not. Will it make it safer for you as an individual? Definitely. But criminals don't care about permits, or they don't care about if they need an approval for concealed carry. They're just gonna fucking carry the gun. They're just gonna carry the gun whether you like it or not. So the Second Amendment provides for you the right to defend yourself, because you live in a world where it's almost like a free for all, you know? And there's many occasions that I came across where I actually needed to have a concealed weapon, you know? They don't want me to tell you all the things that I've been through here in California and Los Angeles. Because if I do tell you what it's really like, then they'll get upset and they'll be like, hey, you can't say that. You can't expose us like that. You can't expose our lies. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. If my life is in danger, I'm not gonna care about exposing you or not, because my fucking life is in danger. You know? So no matter what state you're in, you're allowed to carry a concealed weapon. You're allowed to carry firearms out in the open, unloaded, to ensure your individual safety in the world. What happens when you get punched or attacked? Are they gonna come in and they're gonna be like, oh, we got your back. We're gonna fight for you and defend you? No. No, they're not. They're gonna tell you what they tell everyone else, and that's call 911, The fuck is the police gonna do after you're being robbed or mugged, attacked? The fuck? That's why I urge you guys to push out here in Los Angeles and California, to push the law to provide us, no matter whether you're a felon or not, to provide you with the security of the Second Amendment, to have the right to defend yourself anywhere you go. Anywhere. And that's what they don't want. They don't want you to defend yourself. You know? Detectives carry concealed weapons all the time. Police officers carry concealed weapons all the time. You know? But they say that you can't defend yourself. It's nonsense. That's manipulation tactics at its finest. When they say, don't defend yourself, let us trample all over you, let us walk all over you, and do whatever we wish. Don't defend yourself. Don't protect your individualistic self. How many times have I gotten a gun pulled out on me here where I live? Numerous times. That's why I urge you guys to pass the bill, to pass the law that allows people to carry out in the open and to have a concealed weapon. Because the police don't care about you. The police don't give a fuck about you. The government definitely doesn't give a fuck about you. The military doesn't fucking care. You know? So you, as an individual, have to take the responsibility to make this change, to make a difference, so that your future is secured and that you don't have to fear for your life when you go to work, when you go to the grocery store, when you go anywhere for that matter. And I know there are stipulations on certain countries, but I'm talking about this country. I'm not talking about places where we're not at. Those places that are not here, I mean, they also have a right to know this information. But I'm talking about just here, just, you know, here in the United States, you have a right to bear arms. You have a right to carry a concealed weapon. And they're trying to take your right to do so. So, people who live in affluent neighborhoods, who live in very prestige neighborhoods, they don't have these problems. They don't have the necessity to carry a firearm. I mean, they can if they want to, you know, express the security that they need. But I'm speaking for the communities that is rampant in crime. You know, but like I said, just make sure you know what's going on in the world, and keep your head up. Keep your head on the swivel. Try your best to stay on my side, because when it all goes to shit, you're gonna remember me, and wish you have you're gonna wish that you had done something. You would you're going to wish you took preventative measures. And mark my words, if you don't fight for what's right, you're going to lose. And if you want to win, I suggest you stay on my side, because I'm probably the best person to lead you to victory. And it's falling apart. This whole system, it's falling apart. It's crumbling before our very eyes. And you need to be prepared, because as soon as it starts to crumble further, things will get very ugly very soon. So that's all for today. I thank you guys for joining. Have a good night.